Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? Really like that. You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday afternoon here inside the studio. Cranked out a Lenore Sellers film study, first one back. Good to get our feet back in the water and get comfortable with the water temperature on the film and with the board up there. We're diving deep in today, Jonathan. We're going right into some Arch Manning study. Pretty interesting newsworthy note that came out this offseason that I don't know, maybe people talked about it. I don't think they did. But normally when, a guy the caliber of Arch Manning's lore, has off-season foot surgery, I feel like more people talk about it, or at least more people try to contextualize what we saw in 25. Because I was one of these guys watching the 24 tape, the limited action, right? Start against Mississippi State. We're going to show you some of that today. Some UTEP, Sam Houston action, whatever it may be. Some mop-up duty stuff. I watched that and was like, hey, man, we got a ball player. Went into 25 talking about this guy. I saw some stuff on the 24 tape and limited action and know, hey, this kid can play the position. And then we see the Ohio State game, and it's all over the place. Like, specifically from a mechanical standpoint, I feel like, yeah, we're a little rushed, a little pressurized, didn't necessarily handle some of the things early on in the season very well. Stuff around us, not very good. But mechanically, I thought we were different. We just looked different. We were really, tilted, ball was spraying all over the place. Just didn't feel like the same football player. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to watch some 24 stuff, and I'm going to show you what I think I saw or what I think I see. And then when I tell you that we had foot surgery, and I think it's our right foot, by the way, our driving foot, I think that helps contextualize what we saw from a mechanical standpoint. And here's what I will tell you. Here's what I told Jonathan before the show, kind of walking him through the format. Because I have no notes today. I have no idea what is about to happen. But what I do think is going to happen is we're going to see a guy in 24 that was really, really mechanically clean. And then at the end of 24, sustained a foot injury that made him less mechanically clean in 2025. On top of the fact that in 2025, the situation around us wasn't all that great. We've talked about that on this channel quite a bit, and you're going to see that today, whether it be drop passes, whether it be the fact that they couldn't protect nobody, whether it be on top of the fact that we had a foot injury worth having surgery at the end of the season. Excited to do this with you guys today. I got a couple of rules around here. If you learn anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All righty, here we go. We're going right to Mississippi State. Jonathan, this is 2024 tape. This was that time period where he had to start because Quinn Ewers was out, I think, due to an ankle injury, right? And then he sustained the oblique injury and then played through the oblique injuries. My memory serving me correctly there? I believe so. I think so. Texas fans will do a great job correcting me if not. All right, so here we go. This is the 2024 tape. And again, we're not going to talk a lot of ball today, like what he's seeing, what defense they're playing, none of that stuff, okay? What we're going to watch today is just how he's cutting it, how he's letting it loose, and how that stuff changes to an extent, all right, when we get to 2025. Now, I am going to lead the witness, you guys being the witness here in this course, case study, if you will. I thought we were super shoulder square almost at all times in 24. I never felt like we overstrided. I felt like our base was really good. Our front knee never really locked out and worked against us in 2024. Ball jumped out of our hands. We didn't really spray it on the angle that we sprayed it bad in 2025, okay? So that's my thought process going into this study. Here we go. Let's look at this clip right here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Shoulders are going to stay really square upon release point. Boom, right there. That front knee, Jonathan got a little slight bend into it. It's not locked out working back against us. We got a good firm base. If I needed to, I could take a PVC pipe, Jonathan, and stick it right through his spine and it would look directly north and right? It would look like the y-axis on an X and Y chart, okay? That's what I'm seeing right here. You see the same thing? All right, he sees the same thing. I hope you guys are seeing the same thing. I know what you can see. That ball jump out them fingertips like a bullet, right? And also be able to layer, right? Get the nose back down where we want to get it to go and ultimately complete that football. Hey, wide receiver, I don't know who this is. Hey, situational awareness. Know where you're at on the field. This is a touchdown, and you're going to run your happy butt right out of bounds on the one. That's good on Saturdays. It will not be good on Sundays, okay? I can't help but coach it all when I see it sometimes, Jonathan. All right, I know we're here to watch Arch, okay? Let's go to the next clip. Down set hut, give me some motion, ball into the belly, turn our back to the defense. We're reading this first. We can tell by his shoulders and his eyes. Now we're reading the middle field safety. Now we're coming back to this dig. Very well timed. Great rip right there from the quarterback. Real comfortable in our progression right here in our first career start in SEC play. Okay? Down set hut, give me that snap, ball into the belly. Okay, turn our back. Now, it's important to note we did not overstride again right there, Jonathan. You see that front knee bend? Okay, you see our shoulders square upon release point, and then a little bit of tilt right after it comes out of our fingertips because we're trying to finish that thing, right? And get our hand back over to our left side hip, and that ball is spit on right to the face mask of Isaiah Bond. All right, that ball jumped, didn't it? Mm-hmm. So this is what I'm watching last year going into the season, Jonathan. I'm saying, okay, look at this guy. All right, ball into the belly, turn our back to the defense, read the first read, the progression, check the middle field safety, confirm pre-snap coverage. Boom! Rip the backside dig. I'm watching this going, hey, we're ready to play some daggone football. We are ready to play some big-time, big boy football. Go to the next clip right here. Down set hut. All right, screen game. This is really important to watch from his 24 to 25 season. Look how tight we are right here, Jonathan. That left arm right there on our chest plate. That right arm flipping through the zone really quickly. That left knee bent, not locking out against us. That right toe staying, holding that finish. You see that right there? All right, that's the 24 tape. Okay, that's the 24 tape. And you Texas fans watching this right now, you'll know this more than the casual fan watching this right now. His ball placement on screens last year was abhorrent. All right, it was really bad. And I think a lot of that was because we were doing a lot of stuff with our lower body to accommodate for whatever injuries that we may have had, or that we definitely had. We had an injury. That's confirmed by Pops. He never said what it was, right? Just indicated that we had foot surgery. All right. Also worth noting, hey, this is really, I'm turning into Bill Simmons at this point, Jonathan. Okay, hey, you see no drip, no nothing on the lower halves right here. All right, no leg sleeve, anything like that, okay? Pay attention to that. We're going to show that a little bit later. Great ball placement right there. You see the front knee not working against us. We're flipping that thing out nice and confidently and not having to think about it all that too much, okay? Now, this was something I didn't see him do very often in 25, which is just kind of like almost look calm and methodical in the pocket. Look at our feet die right here, Jonathan, because we're just so confident that it's going to stay clean on us. You see that? And then we're ready to let that tight end clear and try this high-low throw right here. That's another thing we're going to notice from 24 to 25. The protection was awful in 25. Y'all know that, though. Okay? Let's go back to the back so you can see, again, we're really trying to hammer home what this picture looked like from a how he looks when he throws standpoint for the audience at home today, okay? Boom. A little bit of tilt there, right, Jonathan? All right, but not too much. Stepping off the midline. Do you know what I mean by that? We got our front side's closed off on us right now, Jonathan. We see that. When we go to throw, we need to have that left foot go from right, our left foot go from right there. Just step off the midline of our body a little bit. Why? So that back hip can clear towards our target, right? I think Tom Brady called it the cone of accuracy, right? We want all of our energy and all of that cone directed right towards where we're at. We don't want that cone tilted, right? We don't want anything spraying on us, okay? That cone's pretty tight right there, okay? Just a little bit of a vertical miss, which you would see in the 24 tape. Don't get me wrong, it was some 80% completion guy in the 24 tape. I don't even know what the numbers were. But what I didn't see on the film were errant sprays, on the northeast and southwest vector. All right, they were more so on the north and south vector, just with ball placement up and down, right? We can control that. That's more velocity and touch than it is mechanical structure, all right? Can you get me the statistical breakdowns from 24 to 25. I know it's a much larger sample size than 25, Jonathan. I'm just curious if we became statistically less accurate. The film says we did. I don't know what the stats say. I love this ball right here. This is a great rep. Shoulder square right upon impact. Didn't overstride. Look how tight that spiral is on that football. Controlled the nose all the way. Wide receiver drops it on us. What do you got?
He went from 67.8% to 61.4%.
So we dropped 7%. Let's blame 4 of that on sample size increasing.
Sure.
All right, and quality of competition increasing as well. And let's give the other half of it to mechanical breakdown. All right. So the stats, nonetheless, back up what the film says. Mm-hmm. All right. That's what it looks like right here on these screen passes, okay, guys? We're not too locked out. This is a hard footwork standpoint, right? We got to put the ball into the belly of the back right here and then open our feet a whole 180 degrees over here to get to our right side, all right, and flip this ball out. But what you see, Jonathan, is no knee working too bad against us, all right? Our base is solid. Our shoulders are square. The ball jumps on us. It's in a good spot. I'm not looking at the fact that the wide receiver's down here getting his butt whipped, all right? Look how whippy that is. Natural for him right here, okay? Felt smooth, felt good, felt confident. The 25 tape, not so much on these. All right, now right here we start to see some of this, Jonathan. This is 24. See that knee kind of working back against us? We can kind of feel it as the ball's coming out. We're leaning too, okay? Our energy's going this way, not straight down our body and our spine, and we can kind of see it towards the nose. See how he misses that out towards the sideline? It's also where we want it to an extent,
yeah,
because of the deep or the linebacker. Oh, this is the ball right here. All right, so he's getting pressured up right now at an empty, Jonathan. All right, so he knows he's got man-to-man across the board. It's cover 0. He's got to hold it long enough to take this shot and deliver this ball. I mean, how could you watch this in 24 and not think this dude was going to be confirmed in 25? I wasn't an idiot, you know? Paul Feinbaum might have been, but I wasn't. Sorry, Paul. This is what I was basing it off of. I mean, my God. Now, you'll say Mississippi State was terrible in 2024. They were not bad or not horrible in 2025. But, I mean, my God, what a dot, Jonathan. Doink. Hey, we caught that one. We caught that one this year. Ball placement on these feels really, really good. That's the base we want, okay? All right, let's flip over and watch some 25, and then maybe we come back to 24 and see if it's still there, all right? Everybody got a good mental picture of what it looks like right now? All right, everybody's got a good mental picture. Now, this was the litmus test of all litmus tests. It's probably one of the best defenses we've seen in college football in like 3 or 4 years. This, Indiana, 21 Georgia, like since like, I don't know, Saban's 12 years, you know, like those are great defenses. This is a great defense, all right? So a lot of this could be pressurized mechanics. We don't like what we see because how could we? Because look what's on the other side of the football. It's half and half. You know what I mean? Kind of like what we saw with the completion percentages. That being said, mechanically, this looks totally different. And I know I'm leading the witness, but it looks totally different to me. All right? This is a throw on the run that we absolutely duck. We had none of this in 24. Again, the inability to control the nose, Jonathan, was really concerning for me. All right, see how the nose is going down on us terribly? We're missing this really, really short. His misses last year were spikes in the dirt or sprays way off to the right. It literally, we missed on this angle because I think we're doing a lot of this. All right, and our left side was working back against us. You're going to see this a lot. You don't see it so much on the run right here, but we do see the result of the ball, right? How the ball comes out, it absolutely yanks on us. We also overthrew a lot last year, right? Tried to catch up with our arm what our lower body was not doing, all right? And anybody who's ever thrown a football, if you throw it too hard, if you try to yank it too bad, you will lose the nose. It will spike on you or flutter away this way, all right? I think it's a pocket throw right here, Jonathan. I think we kind of double tapped this one. Is that what I'm remembering? No. All right, but what we do see is a completely different stroke, if you will, from what we saw in 24. This does not look very comfortable. Slow it down for you guys. Doesn't that look like we're yanking it through the zone, Jonathan, instead of letting it flick through the zone like we were in 24?
Yeah.
Also, I think we're overstriding right there as well. Now we're on this tilt. We're kind of on this angle right here, okay? Instead of, like I said, with that pole through our body. I also think the arm slot drops a little bit, but I'm not a big arm slot critical guy. I mean, all the greats find it from different angles, okay? I'm more of a, what is our lower body doing and what did it look like when it was great? How can we emulate what it looked like when it was great? At least when the results were great. All right, now I'm blaming this on Ohio State. Anytime I see a quarterback getting to the spot too early or having to double tap with his back foot, he's not trusting what he's seeing. Watch this back right foot, Jonathan. One tap, double tap, foot comes back down. Now we spray it, all right, and we miss it into a bad spot. That's because Ohio State's great. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about today, okay? I put this one on the clips because if we are led to believe that we had a foot problem, right? We were still a damn good athlete last year, even with so. You know, we're gonna plus move Sonny Styles, right? Or not Sonny Styles, who's buddy number 8, Arvell Reese right here, and then get flat. And I think we outrun Sonny Styles to the sideline. So we had plenty of juice last year, but something changed mechanically for sure. Not Sonny Styles. We outrun Kenyatta Jackson to the sideline and make a move over there. Now, what I will say about him, Jonathan, he is a toes out runner. Okay? See that? We are a toe out runner. You'll never see a guy win the 100 meters being a toe out runner. All right? Is what I'm trying to get at. Our sprinters are taught to point their toes where they're running. Direct all of our force where we're supposed to be going. Now, hard to see his lower body right here, especially from the tight. The tackle's getting in the way all the entire time. You see our front knee locked out on us, Jonathan? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is. All right, I think we're overstriding right here. And here's the other reason I know we're overstriding, because of the way the ball reacts after it comes out of our hand. This ball flat out dies on us. Now, we throw this a hitch late. All right, this high corner is supposed to be thrown. The ball's already supposed to be out right about top of the drop, one hitch. Ball should be coming out now. We should not be taking this extra hitch right there. All right, and that's what causes this ball to be so late. Look at Wingo. He's already turned around looking for the football. It's just now came out of his hands. Okay, so we're a little late right here. That's why the safety has an opportunity to undercut this football. However, Jonathan, you tell me, does this ball die on this football player who, by the way, on 24 tape, in my opinion, never had a ball flutter on him like that? You see how sharply that thing at the end of it? Yeah, that's not the same juice. That's not the same guy, in my opinion, that we watched in 2024. Is this the really, really bad one? Yeah, this is the really, really bad one. This just did not happen on his tape from a year ago. I just got done showing y'all. We are working so bad against ourselves right there. And yes, the result's awesome. The ball comes out great right here, and we end up getting it to our wide receiver out on the outside of the numbers. But we are not getting through the football with our lower half like we did a year ago. And it makes sense because we know we had surgery on our back foot. I think it's our back foot. And here's why I think it's our back foot, Jonathan. Because by this point, he had just figured it out. He had figured out how to manage with all the stuff that was going on with his body. He had also figured out how to shrug off all the failures around him. And let me tell you, there were a lot of them, and we're going to show you them right here, all right? But by the end of it, Jonathan, I do think we got back to our natural self. But do you see what I noticed immediately when I turned on the tape?
The leg sleeve.
The leg sleeve. Look at the leg sleeve. Okay, we went 2 games. All right, 24 tape when we know he's healthy. First game of 25, no leg sleeve. We don't just randomly throw things on like this unless it helps us, in my opinion, okay? Made us feel a little better, made it feel a little tighter, I would imagine. Speaking as someone who has torn a calf muscle and torn some ligaments in my ankles, anytime we can put compression on them, they will feel much, much better, okay? But this is the end of the season, And I do think we have cleaned some of this stuff up. We've learned to manage. We've learned to sit in here and just deal with all the nonsense that we're having to deal with right about now because we're just not good enough everywhere else. We got a curl coming in this way into this zone right here from Michigan, and it's a ball holder, all right? We got to hold the football for a little bit longer than we're supposed to, and in 2025 at Texas, that was a pseudo-death sentence because of what's going on right here. Center's getting folded over, running back's getting folded over, all right? We've got a center falling into our lap right now. We can't get into this football. We got to stay on our back foot, and we're just going to kind of flick that thing because we're good enough to do it, all right? And we're going to get that ball all the way out to our wide receiver in the right timing, all right? So that has nothing to do with mechanical structure. That has everything to do with the fact that that dude by the end of the year was just willing to do this. He was just willing to stand in there amongst all the trash and let the ball rip. But even by the end of the year, we're still missing. What did I tell you? We either spike it down here, right, or we spray it up here, right? So what do you think we're going to do? We're going to spike it right here. We're going to pull the nose a little bit too far. See how we're locked out, Jonathan, and now our back foot's up off the ground. We almost look like a pitcher finishing. Yeah. It's not what we're supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a jump shooter shooting. You know, both feet are supposed to be in the ground, right toe's supposed to be up, maybe dragging a little bit, but we want to stop the force once it leaves our fingertip. That's how we create whip. That's how the ball jumps. We got to get the energy to stop. We can't continue to float it on, which is what we're doing here. We're pulling the nose, essentially, right there, okay? Same thing here, okay? Body's working back against us, right, Jonathan? Front knee's locked out, and guess what? We spray it, okay? And where did we miss it this time? We missed the arm side and flat, okay? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to fast forward you guys. I mean, you could try. You could try. I dare everybody else. Try to find me a miss that bad on the 24 tape. And there's two of them in a row. Those are in a sequence on the same drive because something's going on in our lower half. We know because we had surgery, okay? But this was the overarching theme last year to me, right? Like we can't even do basic stuff. I'm trying not to cuss. We can't even do basic stuff like power pass, Jonathan. All right, here's power pass. We're down blocking the front side. All right, everybody. We're pulling the backside guard. He's got the end man on the line of scrimmage wherever he arrives. All right, this other linebacker is responsible for 88. So when 88 arc releases, 4 is going to drag with him. So don't even worry about that guy. All right, so you have a 4-eye right here. He's going to end up in a 4-eye as the play progresses. Give me just a second. Boom. He squeezed on your inside shoulder, right, Jonathan? But you don't have a man. You have a gap. It's a gap scheme protection. You have B gap. You're down in B gap, okay? So, boom, step down in B gap, show body presence to that 4-eye, deliver him to the tight end, because guess whose man that is? That's the tight ends. I just told you who's this. That's the backside pulling guard, who, by the way, looks like a frog shitting in the woods. I know he's pulling. You know what I'm saying? Let's clean that stuff up if we can, DJ Campbell, NFL football player. All right, but anyways, that's the responsibility. Now, watch Gooseby. Gooseby's supposed to be a first-round draft pick next year, right? They paid him a lot of money to come back. This is game 13. He should be locked in with assignments, right? Oh, I would think so, too. Boom, steps down into B gap. But that 4-eye, Jonathan, he's kind of hanging on me. And that guy's, he's like 3 yards off from me. I'll eventually get there if he shows presence. But I'm not going to put my eyes where I'm supposed to. I'm gonna get off my responsibility. Oh, guess who just showed up in B gap? The Mike linebacker. Guess who's supposed to have him? Mr. Gooseby. All right, here's what else happens. Because Gooseby's not really doing his job he's trying to do too. He messes up the tight end. Watch 83 right here, Jonathan. I just told you his responsibility is C gap. His responsibility is that 4-eye. But he doesn't know that because he thinks Gooseby's taking him. So guess what he tries to do? He tries to block 30. But I just told you 30 is 56's man. Game 13, they couldn't block power pass. That's the problem. Yeah, it's great that we had foot surgery this offseason, and I am very, very hopeful that we return mechanically to what we were in 24. But if Melvin Siani don't figure that stuff out, if Blake Baker don't get inside and clean that stuff up, if Forsby can't get his eyes in B gap, we're in trouble, and we're still going to remain in trouble. We all get that? Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. Bye.